Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to continue with the objective concepts of alcohols, phenols and ethers. So in last video, we have seen about introduction of alcohols, phenols and ethers. Now, I am going to start with nomenclature of alcohols, phenols and ether. In general, alcohols, phenols and ethers we have to study together because these are known as hydroxy derivatives. Alcohols and phenols are said to be hydroxy derivatives. Though ethers are not hydroxy derivatives, we have to study them along with alcohols and phenols because of similar properties of ethers related to alcohols and phenols. Okay, so first we will see general representations of alcohols, phenols and ethers. So alcohols are generally represented by ROH. Okay, phenols are generally represented by AROH. That means in between these two only difference is about alkyl group and aryl group. If hydroxy group is attached to alkyl group, that is alcohol. If hydroxy group is attached to aromatic ring, that is known as phenols. In the case of ethers, two alkyl groups are attached to oxygen atom. Okay, here there is no hydroxy group, but oxygen is attached with two alkyl groups. These two are said to be hydroxy derivatives. Hydroxy derivative of alkyl, hydroxy derivative of aryl group are known as alcohols and phenols. Okay, but ethers are having the similar properties of alcohols and phenols, so we have to study about ethers along with alcohols and phenols. Now we'll see about the nomenclature of all the three compounds. So we have different types of nomenclatures. In that, the most important nomenclature is IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So because it is based on a set of rules. So based on that rules, we can give this type of IUPAC name. So for alcohols, the IUPAC name is alkanol. Okay. So that means here OL is the suffix. Why we are using this OL here? Because OH group, alcohol, for alcohol the suffix is OL. So for the corresponding alkane, in corresponding alkane, E now is replaced by OL. So then it can give a name that is known as alkanol. Okay, in IUPAC system we can call these alcohols as alkanol. Now we will see few examples. See the first one. In this first one, alkane present here is methane. Okay, methane plus ol, it gives methanol. Methane, and to that we are using here ol as suffix, that is methanol. Methanol is the IUPAC name for this compound. Okay, next we will see the another one. So in this case, 1, 2, 3. This is first carbon, second, third. 3 carbons are there. With the 3 carbon atoms, the word root is prop. Okay, propane, because only single bonds are present. Propane plus ol, propanol. Okay, next, see the next one. This is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. Even it is containing 3 carbons, so the word root is propane. Okay, now OH group is located on which carbon? Second carbon. We can write it as 2-ol. Propane 2-ol. Propane 2-ol. Okay, now see the next one. Here also OH group is located. Understand? Along with the 2 branches are present. Now one can be taken as a straight chain. See, from here I am giving numbering. First carbon, second carbon, either this or this taken as third one. So I am taking this as third one. Now this is not in the parent chain, so it has to be considered as a substituent, and this is the functional group. Okay, now substituent is located at which carbon? Second carbon. What is that substituent? Methyl. So it is 2-methyl. 3 carbons are present in parent chain. Propane 1-ol. Why it is 1-ol? Because in first carbon OH group is located, so we can call it as propane 1-ol. Now see the next one. For this we want to write name. So this is the carbon which is containing functional group. So from any one corner you can give numbering. I am starting from this 1, 2, 3. Now this is not involved in parent chain, so it has to be taken as a side chain, and this is the functional group. Okay, first we want to mention the prefix. So this is methyl as a substituent. This methyl is located on second carbon, so we can call it as 2-methyl. 2-methyl, 3 carbons are there on parent chain, propane, and now OH is located on second carbon, we have to write it as 2-ol. 2-methyl propane 2-ol. Like this we can write names for IUPAC names for alcohols. Now we'll see for phenols. IUPAC names of phenols are taken as derivatives of simplest compound of this class. Simplest compound of this class is nothing but phenol. What is phenol? If OH group is located on benzene ring, that is known as phenol. This is taken as simplest compound, and remaining different types of phenols compounds are said to be derivatives of that phenol. Now the IUPAC name and common name for this compound is same, that is phenol. Understand? In this case, to this phenol, chlorine is also attached. Give numbering for the representation of chlorine position. So OH containing carbon will get the first number because it is a functional group, and second, and this is the third. At third position chlorine is present, so we can call it as 3-chlorophenol. 3-chlorophenol. Okay. Now write name for this one, IUPAC name. Understand? So IUPAC name means first we have to give numbering. So we know in phenol OH is the functional group, so it is the first numbering, and either this side or this side we can give, because both the sides the numbering will get the same. So this is the second carbon, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. Now at second, sixth and fourth positions 3 nitro groups are located. Then it is said to be 2, 4, 6 trinitrophenol. Trinitrophenol. 2, 4, 6 trinitrophenol, and it is having a common name. That common name is known as picric acid. It is also known as picric acid. So that is about the nomenclature of the derivatives of phenols. Now next one, methylated phenols. Okay, methyl substituted phenols are generally known as cresols. Methyl substituted phenols are generally known as cresols. So now we'll see about the IUPAC names of these compounds. Okay, now this is the first carbon, OH containing carbon, and the next one is second. Now on the second carbon methyl group is located, then it is 2-methyl phenol. Okay, this is 2-methyl phenol. So this is IUPAC name, and even it is containing a common name, it is known as orthocresol. In common nomenclature, functional group carbon adjacent carbon is known as ortho, ortho adjacent carbon is known as meta, meta adjacent carbon is known as para. Now at ortho position methyl group is located, so we can call it as orthocresol because it is a methylated phenol. Generally methylated phenols are known as cresols. Okay. Now see the IUPAC name of the next methylated compound. So in this, the IUPAC name is, this is the first carbon, second carbon and third carbon. At third carbon methyl is located, so it is 3-methyl phenol. 3-methyl phenol. Now its IUPAC, this is IUPAC name, its common name. This is ortho position as we know, and this is meta position. Now at meta position methyl group is located, we can call it as metacresol. Metacresol. Okay. Next one, even this is methylated phenol. Understand? Give numbering to get the position of methyl group. So first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon. Even this side we can give numbering because even this side it will get the fourth position. Now at fourth position methyl group is located, so it is 4-methyl phenol. 4-methyl phenol. Okay. In common name, so this is the position where the methyl group is located, that is known as para. Okay. At para position methyl group is located, we can call it as paracresol. Paracresol. Understand? So that is about the 3 types. Now we'll see about the dimethyl substituted phenol. Okay. So anyhow the functional group containing carbon is given as first, and the next one second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Now the substituents are located at second and sixth positions. So it is 2, 6 dimethyl phenol. 2, 6 dimethyl phenol. Okay, that is about the IUPAC name of this compound. Like this we can give name for methyl substituted phenols. In general methyl substituted phenols are known as cresols. Okay, if methyl group is present on the adjacent carbon of phenol, that is known as orthocresol. If it is at meta position, that is metacresol. If it is at para position, that is called as paracresol. Like this we can give. Now we will see about dihydric and trihydric phenols. Till now we have seen only monohydric phenol. Mono means only one. In these all compounds only one hydroxy group were present, so that they are taken as monohydric phenols. Now we will see about dihydric and trihydric phenols. Okay, first we will say about dihydric phenols. I will start with this. Okay, so dihydric phenols means on a benzene ring, if two OH groups are located, those are known as dihydric. Now here you can see this is the first position and this is second position. Okay, so on benzene ring, first and second positions are occupied by OH group. So then we can write it as benzene 1,2-diol. 1, 2. At first and second position OH group are present. 1, 2 are there, so that we have to use di. OL is the suffix for alcohol. Okay, hydroxy group. So that benzene 1, 2-diol. Like that, here there is no OH. This is also dihydric phenol. This is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. Or else you can also start from here. 1, 2, 3. The same number it will get. Now it is benzene 1, 3. At third position OH is present. Again it is diol. Two OH groups are present. Now I am starting numbering from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. At first and fourth position OH groups are present. Then it is benzene 1, 4 diol. Benzene 1, 4 diol. Like that we can give names for dihydric phenols. Now see about trihydric phenols. If this is an example of trihydric phenol, even this contains 3 hydroxy group and this contains 3 hydroxy group. All the three are examples of trihydric phenols. First we will give name for the first one. Okay, see, at first position, second position, third position hydroxy groups are located. Then it is 1, 2, 3 benzene triol. Either numbers we can represent before benzene or after benzene, that's not a problem. Okay, 1, 2, 3 benzene triol. And for this is first position, second position, third and fourth. Now OH groups are located at first, third and fourth. Then it is 1, 3, 4 benzene triol again. Okay, now see this one. So either here or here you can start giving numbering. I am starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At first position, third position and fifth position hydroxy groups are located. Then it is 1, 3, 5 benzene triol. Benzene triol. So like this we can give name for dihydric and trihydric phenols. Okay, now this is an example of other substituted compounds of phenol. Understand? Now I am starting for this. In this case, COH, according to priority of functional group, COH is the major and principal functional group and OH becomes the substituent. So COH containing carbon is given as number 1. Like second, third, fourth. Now it becomes the substituent. OH is a substituent. Now substituent is located at fourth carbon. Then it is 4-hydroxy benzoic acid. Why it is benzoic acid? If COH is present on benzene ring, that is known as benzoic acid. To this benzoic acid, fourth position is occupied by OH. So it is 4-hydroxy benzoic acid. Okay. Now again this is the functional group here. Okay, this is second number, third, fourth. Now at second position OH group and fourth position methyl is present. So according to alphabetical order, H comes first in hydroxy, then M in methyl. So 2-hydroxy, it is 2-hydroxy 4-methyl, 2-hydroxy 4-methyl benzoic acid, 2-hydroxy 4-methyl benzoic acid. Like this we can give names for phenols. Okay, now we will see for ethers. According to IUPAC system, ethers are generally represented by ROR. Okay, that means two alkyl groups are attached to the oxygen atom. It may be same or different, that depends on the type of ether. Understand? So in IUPAC system they are called as alkoxyalkane. Okay, the longest carbon chain is taken as alkane and the smallest alkyl group is added to oxygen and can call it as alkoxy. Now if you see in this ether, both the alkyl groups are same, then one has to be taken as parent chain, other is taken as substituent. Methoxymethane. Methyl is attached to oxygen, so it is methoxymethane. Okay, in this case, even this is ether. One alkyl group is methyl, other alkyl group is ethyl. Okay, this methyl and ethyl, two alkyl groups are present. Among these two, which is the longest one? Ethyl. So it becomes the parent chain, ethane. Okay, methyl is added to oxygen, then becomes methoxy. Then it is named as methoxyethane according to IUPAC system. So like this we can give names for different types of ethers also. Okay, that is depends on the type of alkyl group. If both the alkyl groups are same, then any one is taken as parent chain, other one is added to oxygen, can be taken as methoxy. If two different alkyl groups are present, the longest parent chain is taken as the root word and the smallest one is added to the oxygen, can act as methoxy. Okay, that is about the ethers nomenclature. Now we'll see about preparations of alcohols and phenols. The first preparation of alcohol is from alkane. We know what are alkenes. If carbon-carbon double bond is present in a compound, then that is known as alkene. If at least one double bond is present between the two carbons, then that is said to be alkene. So such type of alkenes when participates in acid catalyzed hydration. What is meant by hydration? Addition of water is known as hydration. Okay, acid which is catalyzed by acid catalyzed hydration of alkene can give alcohol. That we will see first. In this acid catalyzed hydration of alkene, first you have to take alkene. Okay, general representation of alkene I am taking. Okay, this is alkene. So in bond line structure I have taken. When it reacts with an acid which is containing hydrogen. So whenever bond breaks between these two, it eliminates as H plus and it will be getting negative charge. Okay, now H plus should be added to this double bonded carbons. So if you want to add this H plus to this carbon, slowly migrate the pi bond towards this carbon. Okay, then electron density on this carbon increases, automatically it attracts this H plus ion. Then you will get first intermediate, that we can write here. Okay, now here hydrogen is added, that I am writing here. Understand? This carbon is losing electron, then that will get the positive charge. Right here positive charge, plus it releasing A minus. Okay, now this participates in hydration, that is addition of water. We know in water oxygen contains lone pair of electrons. This lone pair of electrons is more density, added to this less electron density position, positive place. Okay, to this carbon H2O is added. Now write, your hydrogen is present, single bond, on this also two bonds are present on this carbon. Now one more bond is with oxygen, on oxygen two hydrogen bonds are located. Okay, now oxygen is losing this lone pair of electrons, it will get the positive charge. Understand? Next, in the next step, whatever A minus is liberated, that is undergoing reaction with this. This A minus accepts the hydrogen from here. Okay, from here hydrogen is eliminated as H plus and added to this A minus. Whenever it eliminates as H plus, the bonded electrons are taken by the oxygen and positive charge on oxygen can be neutralized. Then finally we will get here two bonds and here hydrogen, single bond as it is, here two bonds and here O bond H. That's it. Okay, this hydrogen I have written here. Plus it liberated AH. That's it. Understand? Finally what we got here? We got here alcohol as the final product. So that means whenever alkenes undergo acid catalyzed hydration, it leads to give finally alcohols. Now we'll see mechanism of hydration of alkene into alcohol. Okay, alkene into alcohol. So first water is participating here. that is H2O. When H2O takes H plus from the acid, understand, this H plus is added to the lone pair of electrons on oxygen, converts into H3O plus, because already on this oxygen 2 hydrogens are present. Now one more hydrogen is added, converted into H3O. Due to losing electrons, oxygen gets the positive charge, understand. Now here take double bond, that is alkene. Now we want to add this protonated water into this. Okay, so H3O plus I am writing H, oxygen, H. Now oxygen is with positive charge, understand. H3O plus separately I have written like this. Here it is containing a positive charge, understand. If you want to add hydrogen to any one of the carbon and eliminates as hydrogen, H2O as neutral molecule, first move this pi bond towards here, then hydrogen from here as added to this carbon. Okay, because it is taking electrons and it becomes rich of electrons. Hydrogen whenever eliminated as H plus, by leaving these electrons to the oxygen, H plus is added here and this carbon charge will be neutralized. Next carbon will get a positive charge, that will write first. Okay, now 2 bonds on this carbon, newly 1 hydrogen is added, right? Okay, now double bond becomes a single bond, carbon and 2 bonds. This carbon is losing a pi bond, so it will get a positive charge, plus losing H2O in a neutral molecule. Okay, next nucleophilic attack of water. Second step is nucleophilic attack. Whatever the carbocation is formed in the first step, that participates in the second step. First write this carbocation as it is. Carbon, hydrogen is present upon this 2 bonds, single bond, and here carbon upon this 2 bonds. Now carbon is with positive charge. When it reacts with H2O, whatever is released, this is nucleophile. Why it is nucleophile? Because of containing extra electrons which is ready to given. It is known as nucleophile. This nucleophile is added to this carbon. Okay, whenever it is added to this carbon, then positive charge on carbon is neutralized, converts to C, H bond C, and here 2 bonds. Now O, oxygen is adding to this carbon directly, 2 hydrogens present on this. Only 1 lone pair of electron and it will be with the positive charge. It will get positive charge. Why it is getting positive charge? Because it is losing electron. It is giving electrons to the carbon and making this bond. So oxygen gets the positive charge. Whatever oxonium ion is created here, that participates in the third step, which is known as deprotonation. First write this compound. C, hydrogen, bond C, bond here, oxygen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Now oxygen is with positive charge. Whenever it participates in deprotonation, removal of hydrogen as H plus. Whenever it eliminates as H plus, these bonded electrons are given to oxygen. Then positive charge on the oxygen is balanced. Okay, hydrogen, bond C, carbon O, upon the oxygen, hydrogen is located and containing lone pair of electrons, finally converted into alcohol. Okay, so this is the first conversion of alkene into alcohol, that is acid catalyzed hydration. Okay, now we'll see the second one. Second one is known as hydroboration oxidation. Now we'll see the second type by using the same alkene. Okay, so in same alkenes we are preparing these alcohols by using another process which is known as hydroboration oxidation. At a time, addition of hydrogen boron and oxidation takes place, so it is known as hydroboration oxidation. So it means here we are adding diborane. What is the formula of diborane? B2H6. That B2H6 I have written like this for a convenience. Okay, in the first step, whenever this pi bond moves here, this carbon gets negative charge, this will get the positive charge. Exactly here bond involves in breakage. Okay, then hydrogen is added to this carbon, BH2 is added to this carbon. Then we will get the first product. Write that CH3 CH. Okay, to that hydrogen is added, bond. Now double bond is converted to single bond, CH2. Now this CH2 BH2 is added. Okay, we will get this compound. Understand? Whenever it again undergo whenever this compound again undergo reaction with another alkene, that is CH3 CH double bond CH2. Again the breakage will be the same. From here one hydrogen is eliminated, that hydrogen is added to this carbon, BH whatever is left, that is added to this carbon. Next we will get the second compound. Okay, that second compound we'll see, that is CH3 CH2 CH2. Okay, it becomes CH2 CH2. This is also CH2 CH2. 2 times it is repeated. We can write it as twice. Okay, to this twice BH is added to this carbon. BH is added, that I am writing. Okay, whenever again it participates in one more addition of propene. Now one more addition of propene is taking place. Exactly here pi bond breaks. Hydrogen of borane is added to this carbon. Boron is added to this carbon. Then we will get CH3 CH2 CH2 taken thrice. Already 2 are there. Now one more is added, converted to taking thrice. Now here boron is added. This is known as trialkyl borane. Okay, now this trialkyl borane participates in hydrolysis. Okay, in presence of hydrogen peroxide and OH, alkaline medium, OH minus. Whenever it participates in hydrolysis, exactly here bond involves in breakage, boron atom is replaced by hydroxy group. 3 alkyl groups are located. These 3 propyl groups are added by oxygens, converts into 3 moles of CH3 CH2 CH2 OH. 3 moles of propanol is created, and plus BOH taken thrice, or H3BO3, boric acid is created. So this is known as hydroboration oxidation. We are adding oxygen as well as diborane, then it is known as hydroboration oxidation. Even by using this hydroboration oxidation, we can convert alkene into alcohol. This is about first preparation of alcohol by using alkene. Now we will see the second one. So second preparation method is by using carbonyl compound. We know carbonyl compounds are mainly aldehydes and ketones. When these aldehydes and ketones undergo reduction, what is meant by reduction? Addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen is known as reduction. Whenever these two undergo reduction process, they can be converted into alcohol. I am taking here general representation of aldehyde, that is RC double bond OH. Whenever this aldehyde undergo reduction, that is added by hydrogen in presence of reducing agent. So here you can take different types of reducing agents like lithium aluminum hydride, okay, or sodium in ethanol, Na in C2H5OH. This is also acting as one of the reducing agent, or sodium hydride NaH, okay, this is also acting as a reducing agent. So in presence of these 3, any one of the reducing agent, addition of hydrogen takes place to the aldehyde, okay, converts aldehyde into alcohol. That means here one hydrogen and here one hydrogen is added. Pi bond involves in breakage. To carbon one hydrogen, to oxygen one hydrogen is added, converts into RCH2. Because already one hydrogen is present on the carbon, now one more is added, converted to RCH2, bond OH. Okay, converted into alcohol. In the same manner, even ketones are also reduced to alcohol. So ketones general formula RC double bond R. When it undergo reduction in the presence of same reducing agents like lithium aluminum hydride, sodium in ethanol, and sodium hydride. So hydrogens are added to ketone. One hydrogen here, one hydrogen here, and we will get RCHROH. Here you will get secondary alcohol. Why it is secondary alcohol? Because OH is located on the secondary carbon, we can call it a secondary alcohol. Here OH is located on primary carbon, then it is a primary alcohol. On reducing, aldehydes can give primary alcohol, ketones can give secondary alcohols. That is about the first reduction of carbonyl compounds. Even by using carbonyl compounds, we can prepare alcohols by using derivatives of carbonyl compounds, that we will see now. Okay, next second preparation by using same carbonyl compound is nothing but reduction of acid and its derivatives. First I am taking here acid, that is RC double bond OH. When acid undergo reduction, that is addition of hydrogen, the powerful reducing agent is lithium aluminum hydride for this reduction. Okay, in presence of this reducing agent, here 4 hydrogens are required. Okay, in that 4 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens take up this oxygen, eliminates as H2O. Remaining 2 hydrogens are added to this carbon, converts to RCH2OH, primary alcohol, plus it releases H2O. Okay, 4 hydrogens, in that 2 are added to this carbon, 2 are added to oxygen, we got primary alcohol. In the same manner, another derivative of acid also participates in reduction, that is RC double bond OX, which is known as acid halide. When this acid halide undergo reduction with the same 4 hydrogens in presence of same reducing agent. Okay, one hydrogen reacts with halogen, eliminates as HX. Okay, remaining 3 hydrogens, 2 are added to carbon, 1 is added to oxygen, we will get RCH2OH plus releases HX. Again here we got the primary alcohol. I am taking one more derivative of acid, that is RC double bond OR dash. It is known as ester. Acid ester. When acid ester undergo the same reduction by using 4 hydrogen in presence of lithium aluminum hydride. Okay, one RO group take hydrogen. This RO group take 1 hydrogen, eliminates as ROH, one type of alcohol. Still how many hydrogens are there? 3. In that 2 are added to this carbon, 1 is added to oxygen, we will get RCH2OH, that is another type of alcohol. Acid esters can give 2 different types of alcohols. Okay, next acid anhydride, that is RCOOCOR. Okay, this is acid anhydride. When this acid anhydride undergo reduction by using 8 hydrogens in presence of same lithium aluminum hydride. Okay, exactly here bond involves in breakage. Even here bond involves in breakage. Initially this oxygen takes 2 hydrogens from this and eliminates a H2O. Still 6 are there. Okay, in that 3 hydrogens are added to one RCO group, another 3 are added to another RCO group and converts into RCH2OH. 2 moles of RCH2OH is created. Finally, we got here alcohol. Even by reducing acid and their derivatives, we will get the alcohol as the final product. This is the second preparation method by using carbonyl compounds. Now, we will see the third one. So, the last preparation of alcohol by using Grignard reagent. So, what is Grignard reagent? RMGX or ARMGX is known as Grignard reagent. So, this Grignard reagent can be prepared by taking alkyl halide reaction with magnesium metal. When these two undergo reaction in presence of ether, it can be converted into Grignard reagent. In this Grignard reagent, RMGX, Mg part is always getting partial positive charge, alkyl group getting partial negative charge. This you have to remember. In place of alkyl group, even you can also take aromatic ring. Okay, so then it can give a Grignard reagent containing aromatic ring. Even by using this Grignard reagent, we can prepare alcohols finally. So first I am taking here general representation of Grignard reagent, that is RMGX. When it undergo reaction with epoxide, that is CH2 bond O. Okay, here oxygen is containing lone pair of electrons. So we know in RMGX, Mg part is always partial positive charge. Okay, and between carbon and oxygen is more electronegative. When it take the bonded electrons towards here, it will be with partial negative charge. When bond breaks here, okay, MgX part is added to oxygen and R group is added to this carbon. Then we will add this R group to here and MgX to here. Okay, now R is added to CH2. CH2 is added to CH2. Now this CH2 is again added to, okay, oxygen. Upon this oxygen, now MgX is attached. MgX is attached. We got here an addition product with 2 lone pair of electrons here and Mg. Okay, now this are again acid hydrolysis. Addition of water in presence of acid. Exactly the bond between oxygen and magnesium involves in breakage. Hydrogen from the water is added to oxygen, OH from the water is added to magnesium. H plus here, OH minus here. Then we will get RCH2, CH2OH, alcohol, plus on Mg already X is there, now OH is added. We got this byproduct. So this is known as addition of Grignard reagent to the epoxide to get alcohol. Finally we got here alcohol. This is general representation. I am giving one homework question. You just try to write the final product for this. C6H5MgBr, aromatic Grignard reagent I have taken. To that add the same epoxide, CH2CH2O. Okay, find out the final product. So this is homework for you. Try to find out the final product and send the answer to me. So this is about preparation of alcohols by using 3 important methods. First one is by using alkanes, second one is by using carbonyl compound, and third one is by using from Grignard reagent. Remember, in Grignard reagent always the bond breaks between R group and Mg. Mg gets the positive charge and R group gets the negative charge. Okay, that is about preparations of alcohols. Now we'll see about the preparation of phenols. Phenols can be prepared by using 4 important methods. The first one is from haloarene. What is meant by arene? That is nothing but one of the aromatic ring. If it is attached by the halogen, for example I am taking chlorine, then it is chlorobenzene, or we can also call it as haloarene. Whenever it is treated with sodium hydroxide, NaOH, at a given condition, that is in presence of copper iron tube at 623 Kelvin's temperature and 300 atmospheric pressure, at this reaction condition, first what happens? So here hydrogen of this NaOH reacts with Cl, eliminates as HCl, and ONA part is added to benzene ring, then we will get sodium phenoxide, ONA plus minus. This is called sodium phenoxide. Sodium phenoxide. This sodium phenoxide, when again on acidification, reaction with an acid, okay, what happens here? Sodium and chlorine eliminates as sodium chloride and hydrogen is added to oxygen. Finally we will get phenol as the final product. Okay, so this is the first preparation of phenol by using haloarene. Now we will see the second one, that is by using benzene sulfonic acid. From benzene sulfonic acid. Okay, if on benzene sulfonic acid is present, that is an example of benzene sulfonic acid. So now this is the benzene, upon that SO3H is located, that is benzene sulfonic acid. Now it is treating with sodium hydroxide initially. Okay, first it loses water, hydrogen from here and OH from here eliminates as H2O. Then sodium is directly added to sulfonate, then converts into SO3Na. Okay, sodium benzene sulfonate. This is sodium benzene sulfonate. Sodium benzene sulfonate. Okay, now this sodium benzene sulfonate again on reaction with sodium hydroxide at 300 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, so Na2SO3 gets eliminated. Na2SO3. Na2SO3. Already one sodium is existing here, one more sodium here. Na2SO3 eliminates this. OH is added to benzene ring and we will get here phenol plus Na2SO3. This is the second method. Now third method. Third method is by using diazonium salts. diazonium salts. When diazonium salts undergo hydrolysis on heating or when it is treated with the steam, okay, diazonium salt formula we know, that is N2Cl on benzene ring, aromatic diazonium salt. Now it is treating with water, that is HOH on heating. What happens? Okay, it loses N2 and HCl eliminated, N2 gets separated, HCl separated, whatever OH is left from the water, that is added to benzene ring, and here we will get the phenol as the final product. Okay, that is about the third one. Next, fourth preparation method is from the most important compound, which is known as cumin. Isopropyl benzene is known as cumin. So that isopropyl benzene, which is nothing but cumin, I am writing the structure of cumin here. Okay, here CH, CH3 and CH3, or the CH3 you can also write here for your convenience. This is known as isopropyl benzene, which is nothing but cumin. When it undergo reaction with oxygen, these two oxygens are added between carbon and hydrogen. Then we will get benzene ring here, C here, CH3, CH3. Now here two oxygens are added to the carbon and hydrogen. Cumin peroxide is obtained. Okay, this is cumin hydroperoxide. Cumin hydroperoxide. Now this cumin hydroperoxide on acid hydrolysis, H2O and H plus. Okay, exactly the bond breaks between oxygen and oxygen, carbon and carbon. Then what happens? CH3, CO, CH3 separated, that is acetone. OH is directly added to benzene ring. Then we will get here phenol plus acetone, CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Benzene plus acetone is separated. By using these four important methods, we can easily prepare phenol. Okay, phenol from haloarine, phenol from benzene sulfonic acid, phenol from diazonium salt, and phenol from cumin. Okay, these are the four important methods. Okay, in next class we will see about the chemical properties, synopsis related to the chemical properties of alcohols and phenols. Thank you.